very nearly underway.
Back off the tape.
Run for free. Back to the tape at the moment. Come to the first. Capability Brown wide towards the left with the fellow upsides him and over the first. And all safely over it. Blazing Walker actually jumped it last. Garrison Savannah's gone up to join the lead with Topsham Bay and Capability Brown on the near side. Run for free on the far side and Young Hustler right up with them and all safely over the second. And Young Hustler taking him along now from Run for Free and Topsham Bay and Docklands Express. And then comes Benny Homer and Garrison Savannah and Capability Brown. Then Ebony Jane and Flashing Steel and Jodami and the fellow. And behind the fellow is Deep Bramble. And then comes Chatham. Behind Chatham is Bradbury Star and Blazing Walker, just the back marker as they run down to another plain fence before the water. The third. Run for Free on the inside. Young Hustler, Topsham Bay towards the outside. Running down now to the water. Number 4. 14 on the next circuit it'll be. Run for Free. Young Hustler and Topsham Bay. Docklands Express in behind them, then the fellow and Jodami and Minnie Homer. First of the ditches here. Run for Free lands in the lead from Young Hustler. Then Topsham Bay on the outside of Docklands Express on the inner. Minnie Homer next, Jodami, and on the outside the fellow as they jump the sixth. Run for Free, the leader from Young Hustler and Topsham Bay. Minnie Homer comes next. Then Docklands Express, Jodami and the fellow as they come to the second of the ditches and Run for Free lands in the lead from Young Hustler. Garrison Savannah jumped it last and it's Run for Free from Young Hustler as they come to the eighth. Topsham Bay, Minnie Homer. Then Jodami and the fellow upsides. Docklands Express comes next, then Flashing Steel. Behind Flashing Steel is Ebony Jane. And Garrison Savannah, the back marker, he's about 8 or 10 lengths behind the penultimate horse at the moment. They come to this fence at the top of the hill, number 9, and Run for Free lands in the lead from Young Hustler. Run for Free, Young Hustler, Topsham Bay over on the far side. On the near side, it's Minnie Homer. Then the fellow and Jodami as they come to the 10th. Run for Free and Young Hustler. Topsham Bay, the fellow, Minnie Homer, and Jodami. Deep Bramble comes next. Then Docklands Express running smoothly on the inside. Still Run for Free from Young Hustler, Topsham Bay and Minnie Homer, Docklands Express, and the fellow as they come to the 11th. Run for Free, Young Hustler, Topsham Bay, Minnie Homer, Docklands Express, the fellow and Ebony Jane and Flashing Steel and Jodami and Deep Bramble. Over the 12th, Run for Free from Young Hustler. Minnie Homer next, Topsham Bay, then the fellow, then Docklands Express and Jodami traveling well with Ebony Jane just behind him, then Flashing Steel and Deep Bramble, and then comes Bradbury Star getting a little bit closer, and then Chatham and Blazing Walker. Run for Free as they come to the next. All still standing in the Gold Cup with 10 left to jump, and Run for Free leading Young Hustler, Minnie Homer. Then Topsham Bay, the fellow, Docklands Express and Jodami towards the outside at the 13th. Run for Free, Young Hustler. Mistake by Ebony Jane there. Reminders for Minnie Homer as they come down to the water. Number 14, Run for Free, the leader from Young Hustler. Topsham Bay, the fellow. Docklands Express on the inside, then Minnie Homer, Jodami towards the outer. Then Deep Bramble, the third of the ditches. Run for Free from the fellow on the outside of Young Hustler. Then Topsham Bay, then Docklands Express, then Minnie Homer, and then Jodami over the 16th. And over that round, it was Run for Free, got past there. He ducked in to the rail there, and he was passed and overtaken by Young Hustler, but he's gone back into second with a close third. The fellow as they come to the final ditch, Young Hustler from Run for free in the fellow. Jodami, the favourite, has moved into fourth. 5 then is Topsham Bay. 6 is Docklands Express. 7 Mini Homer. 8 Deep Bramble. Then comes Flashing Steel. 5 from home. And there it was Young Hustler. Young Hustler from the fellow. Then Run for Free. Jodami going up now to join the lead as Young Hustler leads the fellow down the hill towards the next fence. 4 from home. Young Hustler. Young Hustler from the fellow at the 4th from home. The fellow on the outside, Young Hustler on the near side. Jodami still going well in third as they come down now towards the third last, and Flashing Steel still well in contention. Young Hustler, the fellow, and Jodami as they come to it. Young Hustler and the fellow together, then Jodami, and here comes Bradbury Star with a powerful run too. They've got 2 fences left to jump in the 1994 Tote Cheltenham Gold Cup, and it's still a wide open race. Young Hustler is the leader from the fellow and Jodami and Bradbury Star as they race round into the second last fence. Young Hustler on the far side, the fellow for France, Jodami in third as they come to the second last. Young Hustler and the fellow from Jodami. It's the fellow in the center, Young Hustler on the far side. Here comes Jodami to deliver his challenge, coming to the final fence now. The fellow with a fractional advantage as they come to it. The fellow lands fractionally in the lead from Jodami and Young Hustler. Racing into the closing stages, it's the fellow from Jodami. The fellow for France on the far side, Jodami on the near side. The fellow who's been beaten a short head twice is going to hang on and win it. The fellow's won it. Jodami is second, Young Hustler's third. Flashing Steel is 4, and that's the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 1994 Cheltenham Gold Cup. Yeah, the fellow has won it, finally. And a victory salute from Adam Conrad, who's ridden a magnificently cool race. He is congratulated by Mark Dwyer, the fellow beaten a short head twice, 4th last year, his 4th attempt, and so the result. First, number 13, the fellow, owned by the Marchesa de Moratalla, trained by François Dumaine and ridden by Adam Conrad. Second was number 9, Jodami, owned by Mr. J.N. Yeadon, trained by Peter Beaumont and ridden by Mark Dwyer. Third was number 15, Young Hustler, owned by Mr. Gavin McCacken, trained by Nigel Twiston Davis and ridden by Carl Llewellyn. Fourth was number 7, Flashing Steel. And this is the winner, the fellow, so often the bridesmaid, but this afternoon at 7-1, the hero of the blue ribbon of steeplechasing.
There was only one faller, and it was the mare Ebony Jane. She'd been jumping well, but did make a mistake a little way before this, about 3 fences before. You'll see her just creeping into the picture on the right of the picture. She's not in it yet. Just see her jockey's sleeve. It's Charlie Swan up front. Young Hustler jumping brilliantly. Look at the rails. Now she's jumping, and I'm afraid a proper unseated rider, but one where you are ejected.
You've got no chance when they drop their hind legs in the back of the hurdle, the back of the ditch. There's only one way you can go, and there is Adam Conrad. Oh, I'm so pleased for him. He's had a lot of criticism, unjustified, from ignorant people, and look what he's done.
Yes, well, Francois Dumaine, we had him a moment ago. Francois, he's coming to greet the fellow, but maybe just say congratulations.
He's a great horse. He deserved it more than anybody else, and. You know, I mean, thank you. To have been here 4 years in a row was already something, but to win it today, it gives me a big reward. I'm very happy. Thank you.
You're always eager to come back.
There is Adam. He's been punching the air with delight, and nobody's deserved it more. Very, very good jockey and a marvellous horse. The blinkers have been removed now. Very often they take the blinkers off for a horse when he's come back in. There he is, waving to all the crowd. Must be a great feeling for him, Richard.
Yes, indeed. He went off at 7-1. Jodami was second, the 6-4 favourite. Young Hustler running a marvellous race in defeat at 20-1. What a brave little horse he is. Well, the story of the race was slightly altered by the mistake of Jodami at the last, but in the end, it didn't cost him the race because although the fellow was left in front and given an advantage there, he not only maintained it, he held on to it very well indeed. But Jodami has run a super race. I know second is a long way away from the winner's spot, but nevertheless, who could deny this winner, having been beaten short head on 2 previous occasions? Adam Kondrat, who's actually Polish-born, but very much part of the French scene. Francois Dumas, always been a great supporter of his, and I'm pleased that he's come good here.
What a great horse race there. So many horses in with a chance as they turn and straighten up here. Young Hustler's run his heart out. I'm very proud of him. There, the fellow cantering with Jodami. Really, your money would be on Jodami here. Bradbury Star came there going very well. In the back there, Docklands Express with the yellow cap. They'd run another great race, and there they come up together. What a superb display of steeplechasing. But here, the turn of foot of the fellow and the Jodami were always going to count. And here we see the slightly contrasting styles of jockey. The French jockeys tend to sit a little bit stiller. There he comes up, the fellow. Look how he hardly gets back at all, Adam Kondrat. Doesn't really pick up his stick too early, just keeps shaking his reins at him. Now he goes for his stick, just waves it at him. Go on, old man, he's saying. Keep going. It's probably something in French. Allez, allez, I suspect he's saying. And giving him a smack there. Mark must have thought he was in with a chance of getting back up there and chastening him up there, but he's not to be, and a great victory, as Francois Dumas said. And in a minute we'll see that famous victory salute from another winning jockey.
Yes, but here, as they come in, it's Peter O'Sullivan who's very close to this horse and connections.
Yes, what a shame his owner couldn't make the journey today, but she'll be delighted with this fellow because he's really won quite cleverly in the end by a length and a half under a brilliant ride from young Adam. Francois there, not in the least bit dismayed when he found he was number 13 saddlecloth, because he rode his last winner as an amateur on a number 13, and he's carried number 13 quite often when he's won ski races. A very proficient exponent on the slopes, and that was Elizabeth